Alright, here goes nothing. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Cooking Jook, the show where we pair good food and good music. My name is Yeyo. Appreciate you stopping by. Today we're going to be making a fish curry. I'm going to get started with a couple of tablespoons, maybe about 3 or 4, of some just canola oil. You can go olive oil if you want to. Other oils, sunflower, grapeseed, whatever. We're going to make a fish curry today, and we're going to be using mahi-mahi, which is a fish that I think is really, it's a very friendly fish, if that makes sense. It's fairly firm, and it's not too fishy for people who are like, kind of, you know, I can eat some fish, but they don't like fish that's too fishy. I think this is a really good fish, and just one of my favorite fish of all time. And we're going to get started with some onions and some garlic. And we're gonna burn some curry. If you ever made curry, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've never made curry, you gotta get some curry powder and you gotta burn it. You gotta burn it. So right now I have the stove at like about a medium. I'm gonna add a few more tablespoons of oil. We're gonna chop up some onions and some garlic. We're gonna burn some curry. We're gonna have a good time, man. But how was your day? I'm doing all right. It is a Friday. I don't know what day it is when you're watching, but today for me is Friday, so I'm in a good mood. And I feel like cooking. I feel like cooking all the time, but I extra feel like cooking. So I have like one small onion and like a medium onion. Honestly, just as much as you want. For me, there's like a few things that you can never like go too hard on. Onions is one of those things for me. Garlic, cheese, and this onion, honestly, one of the reasons I want to use it because it's about time to use it, really. So while we're doing that, let me get some curry powder in the pan. And I don't really measure when I make curry, to be honest. This is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like maybe 8 tablespoons. I may need to add some more oil, but you're gonna get a really nice dark brown color. And the closest thing I could think of is if you're like making a roux, like if you're making gumbo, but this isn't necessarily gonna really get thick. What we're gonna do later is we're gonna add some potatoes, and as that cooks, that's going to thicken the sauce. So we're gonna throw a few onions in there, and you don't have to cut them up super small. They're essentially gonna melt away for the most part. Somebody's texting me. Too late, I'm busy. Today's record is one that, somebody's cutting onions in here. Today's record is a very, how can I describe today's record? A record that got me through. I don't want to say a tough time. It's not that deep. It's really not. But just a record that just used to put me in a good mood. And yeah, I hope you like it. All right, so let me just stir this. I don't know if you can see the curry start smoking a little bit. Yeah, we definitely need to add some more oil. Turn the fan on for a minute. Do not be alarmed. It's supposed to smoke. Lower this down a little bit. Okay. Underestimated the amount of oil. I've never made it in a pot this big. There we go. So you see that color? So we're gonna add the onions to this. It's gonna cool the pan down. If you're wondering what this is some chicken stock that I made a while back that I have in my freezer, and I have tons of it. I'm tripping. They put this thing to work. Lower that. We'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, not a lot, because the chicken stock has many flavors. Chop up some garlic, get that going. It's always good to have a curry dish in your repertoire. What's dope about curry is that you could do it with just about anything. Like a vegetable curry is good, beef curry, chicken. You know, you could mix this up with. You could add shrimp in here. It's just a wonderful thing. You're definitely gonna smell it throughout the neighborhood. Alright, so we're gonna cook this down for a few minutes. Bring this back up to medium. And tell you about the fish. I told you we're gonna be using mahi. This is what we got going on right here. Buy it in these chunks. And you could marinate the fish ahead of time. I don't really think you need to be honest. And when it's almost done, when all the flavors have kind of come together, that's when we're gonna add the mahi. Got a little piece of skin. Ooh, it smells amazing. And another thing I'm gonna add is I said the habanero. I got habanero peppers. I'm gonna add probably about 2 of these, and then I'm gonna fold in some spinach toward the end because I got a ton of spinach that I gotta use and I don't want it to go bad. Oh, this shirt. Oh, thank you for asking. You see that? You like the shirt? You like the shirt? Of course you do. You have fantastic taste. You're here. Of course you like the shirt. This is for the person who goes fishing one time and then all of a sudden they're just like Captain Ahab or whatever. They're just the king of the high seas, the queen of the ocean. This goes out to you, and I have a link to this shirt. You want to check it out, and we'll get one of those out to you. I will chop up some potatoes. I have them in water right now. I peeled them earlier. We're gonna put them back in the water so that they don't brown. Yeah, buddy. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sweat these out for a couple more minutes. We're gonna add the broth, we're gonna add the potatoes, and then, you know, later on we'll add the fish. And we'll go tasting as we add stuff to see if we need to add more salt. I'll probably add some more curry powder later, but I definitely want to let it cook down. Like I wouldn't add it like right before it's done. Like I would give it some time to cook. And these potatoes, I'm gonna cut them in a couple different sizes because I do want a couple of smaller pieces, but then I also want some chunks because the potatoes are gonna melt away into the sauce or into the stock, making it thick. So we'll have like some different size pieces. So make it hearty. But this is what's going to take the most time to cook. And I have the potatoes in water because as soon as you cut potatoes, they start to brown. So you got to make sure that you maintain that color. So you keep them in water. That looks weird. Cut around that. Yeah, so what I need y'all to do while I'm having a therapy session with this potato is put down in the comments some songs that you want me to pair with a dish of yours. Put some songs, put some dishes, put both together. And if I think it's something that I can rock with, then I'm gonna rock with it. Alright. Cool. Alright. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. All three of y'all. Alright. I'm gonna add this. Just cool down. And I probably need to add some more water to it just because I happen to have some chicken stock that I made, and I had like a big plastic container full, but I'm gonna need some more water. So can we take this off yet? Can we? Should we? And we'll go tasting if necessary. We'll add some salt, pepper. In fact, I forgot to add some to the onions and all that, but we'll be all right. Because the stock does have a lot of salt in it, and if necessary, we'll add some onion powder and garlic powder just in case if it needs a little extra. Yeah, just gotta give it a little extra push, you know. And I'm gonna eat this over rice. I am going to use, I got some leftover white rice, so should be. So we're gonna bring that up to a boil, put the potatoes in, so if necessary, we'll see what the water levels are looking like, and if necessary, we shall add some more water to that and go seasoning as we move forward. So yeah, I'll be back. All right, and we are back, and I know you can see what's going on over here, so let's get to it. That did not take long at all. We'll throw some potatoes in here. I need to get my pot holder. Hold up. Hold up, selector. It's over there somewhere. Actually, thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. It's all right. That is all right. That broth takes it to the next level. We could add some spinach now. We could fold in some more later. I might do that because I really need to use the spinach. And I think that'll be a good change in the texture. Spinach is interesting. I don't know if you ever noticed, if you eat spinach, it leaves like these crystals on your teeth, I heard. It's interesting. It's really interesting. It's interesting. That's all I can say. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to cover the potatoes. And I'm gonna add some spinach. I'm gonna get that out the way. I may add some more later, just depending on how much it like cooks down. Let's get a nice hearty amount. Let that cook down. I've been wanting to make this for a good minute. This dish puts me in a mood that's just like peaceful, which is what today's song does as well. So I think that they pair well. You see my stove is moving. You see that? Ain't that a shame? My stove all lopsided, hipping and hopping, flip-flopping. You see how much is cooked down already? And then later on we'll just gently put the fish in here and let that cook down for, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 minutes maybe. Again, what's driving this dish as far as the cooking process goes is the potatoes. So let me add a little bit more spinach. And then we'll put the lid on this thing. Oh. Almost had a spill right there. All right. Give us one extra little stir. Tend to our fish for a minute. Make sure that the fish is all right. You good? All right, cool. Fish is good. I'm gonna bring this down to about a 6. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. You gotta add a couple of these right here. You see that? You see that right there? You see that right there? You see that? Yes, sir. That's what's gonna wake you up. I have a third one, but I think I may hold off on that. Oh, you know what? I had an extra thing of garlic. Come on. Get up in there, man. Get in the game, man. You suited up. Just coming off the bench. You good, though? We need some scoring off the bench. Get in there. Get in there. We back. All right, and we are back. So I've been cooking this for about 10-ish minutes, and we're gonna give it a taste, see what this looks like. We're gonna see how far done our potatoes are. So let me, see, potatoes almost ready to go. I'm gonna let them cook a little bit more. I'm gonna uncover them, let them finish cooking uncovered. Let's give this a little taste. Not bad. Definitely needs a little bofetazo. A little extra cake, extra salt, a little garlic powder. And again, I don't really measure. I kind of just go. But if I had to guess, I'd say probably about a teaspoonish, maybe a teaspoon and a half. And yeah, and a little bit of extra curry powder. And I'm gonna let this continue to cook for a little bit, so we can cook out some of that raw curry powder taste. Yeah, make it more potent. I am gonna give it a taste now though still, even though like I just put in that curry powder. And the sauce is starting to thick up a little bit, and it will continue to do so It's going to reduce a little bit as well. Okay, I could dig that. I could even go a little bit more, but again, this is going to reduce some. I'm going to raise that up a little bit. You think we should add some more spinach? What do you think? I'm wondering. Yeah. Plus, it's like I'm almost done with it, you know? Well, I mean, it's not a lot. It's going to add a nice color to it. Open! We'll add the fish in here in a minute. There's one piece I don't look right. You good? You good? You good? You good? All right then. All right, I think we're good. I think we're ready for the fish. I'm gonna bring this back down to about medium. I'm gonna start putting some of this fish in here. And again, my it's a fairly firm fish, but you know, still don't want to treat it like it's chicken in here, you know. And we'll cook this for like another 10-ish or so minutes. Let everybody get acquainted. Everybody in the pool. Let me get my rice ready. Like I said, I got some leftover rice from last night. Throw that in the microwave real quick. Close that. All right. Cover it for a minute, just let it get up to speed, and then I'm gonna uncover it. And we're gonna be eating in a couple minutes. I'll be back. All right, y'all, cooking Jook, we are back. Curry looks like it's ready to go. I got some rice, like I said. I got the leftover rice, but it's amazing still. And we're gonna get this set up properly. Let me grab this spoon. I'm gonna move this over here and rearrange a couple things. All right, so I want to present this in a way that's, I don't know, bougie, a little bougie, just a little bit. You know, you gotta do the rice mound. And if you know anything about anything, if you look at the inside the pot, you see that pepper. I had to open it up. You know, I had to stab it with the spoon and let all that fire out, get all up in the sauce. And I am very, very, very much looking forward to this. The smell is ridiculous. All right. All right. So let me get the spoon. You know you're about to get extra gravy when this kind of spoon comes out. So let's get some of this fish. Some of these potatoes. Look at that spinach. I'm gonna put some around the sides. Look at that. Look at that fish right there. Look at that. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Ooh. Look at that. Look how that fish held its shape. Behaved very well. Thank you, fish. Appreciate you. And we gotta get that pepper, put it on the top. Put it right there. Look at that. Get a little more spinach and fish right here. Right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me get that over there. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. You see that? Now focus on the food. Fish curry, mahi mahi, rice. Forgive my dirty plate. Cut this off. And bring this over here. Oh, where'd you go? Mm-hmm. Look at that. Anyway. So, first let's just give this a little taste. Look at that. Potatoes and soft. Curry just be doing this thing. Hits from 3 every time. As a starter show the fish. It's like one of the closest things to chicken. Like, if you have somebody who's like, give him this fish. Mahi mahi. I'm starting to sweat. It's not really spicy yet. But it just works, man. And the house smells like the Caribbean. For today's record, you know what? Let's go harder. Little hot sauce, cause why not? Just a uno poquito. There's a couple little. It's every time. So today's record is a very jazzy hip hop record. It's a record that makes me picture like conscious vibes, kind of. I could see somebody in the back of some restaurant in Brooklyn or something with a chew stick in their mouth, just cooking up some good food like this and having this record play in the background. It's called Next level, or next levels, plural. I can't remember. I think it's Next Level. It's by King Geedorah. King Geedorah is like an alias, an alter ego / side project of MF Doom. Rest in peace, MF Doom. And I actually don't believe he's on this record, so it's interesting. There's 3 other MCs on this record, and I want to make sure I get their name right. Not if I forget, because I wrote it down, but if I mispronounce your name, forgive me. It's Lil Psy, ID4 Wins, and Empress Star. And Empress Star's verse, she mentions ital stew, which is like a vegetable dish. I want to say it's Jamaican, I think. I'm not sure. But this, even though this isn't all vegetables, I kind of feel like it's got a similar, maybe like a cousin to some ital stew of nice hearty vegetable soup. You can eat by itself. You can eat with rice, dumplings, all types of stuff. Just a good stick to your ribs meal. And that pepper starting, if you can't tell, that pepper is working. It is working. It is clocked in and working. So this record, Next Level, was my soundtrack for when I was preparing to apply to grad school. So when I was living in LA, I wanted to take a course to help me prepare for the GMAT, which I believe stands for the Graduate Management Admissions Test, I think, if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago. And I paid all this money, and I used to drive from Koreatown, which is close to downtown LA, all the way to Santa Monica, and I would listen to this record over and over and over again. It was my soundtrack. Straight down Western, make a right onto I-10. Just go. Rinse and repeat. Same thing on the way back. I was not ready for that course, just for the record. Everybody was so much smarter than I was. I struggled with that course heavy. I really did. Then I found out that the GRE, which is another exam to get into various programs in grad school, was being accepted by a lot of MBA programs. I was like, okay, that's cool. Because the GRE is considered to be less difficult. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna maybe do that instead. So I ended up taking the GRE. Graduate Record Examination, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I ended up taking the GRE. My brain explodes out of my head all over my computer screen. I did terrible on it. And the reason why the GRE was being accepted by a lot of programs was because they made it harder. They made it harder. So now a lot of MBA programs are like, yeah, we'll take it. Also, it increases your number of applications. It's more money. Then I ended up going to a school, and there are lots of schools out there that do this, who, depending on how you do in undergrad, you don't need to take any exam. So it was all over the place. But it worked out for me. It worked out. I got an MBA. I paid for it. It's done. There's no debt, thankfully. Got a roof over my head. Excellent credit. No debt at all. Oh, that was hot. And now I got a burnt mouth. But I got some good fish curry. And I'm exfoliating my entire body. Just. But anyway, so these MCs, Lil Side, ID4 Wins, and Empress Star are on this record, Next Level. And it's very jazzy. The horns from the beginning, super dope vibe. And the keys. I think that's part of the reason why this record was my go-to for this this class, because I was always so nervous going to class, because I was in class with some really smart people. Like there've been a few times in my life where I felt like intimidated in the classroom. This was one of them. Like I can maybe count maybe 3 or 4 times. This is one where I was like, I do not belong here. Like one of these things is not like the other. But King Geedorah, again, MF Doom, side project, alter ego. And surprised it doesn't have more views. I mean, it's got a few, but I thought it would be like just way more. I hope you like this record. I hope that my nose isn't running all over your camera. All right. Whew. Dear mama. Whew. All right. This is good stuff. Just if whatever company makes this, invest in this, because their stock is going up. Dope record. Super chill vibe. If I had a restaurant, I'd have this kind of record playing in the background. And yeah, it's a dope record. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Get you some good jazzy hip hop with King Geedorah and Next Levels. Cooking Jook. We got fish curry. Really simple. Onions, garlic, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, curry powder. Some spinach, some potatoes. I really like what the spinach brings to the table, because it's just makes me feel better about it, if that makes any sense, because it's like it's a green vegetable, so we're doing good stuff. And curry has some good stuff in there. It has, you know, turmeric. Turmeric is good for you. And this is a home run. Home run. Really great dish. This works with shrimp. This works with chicken, beef. If I was doing it with chicken, I would just saute the chicken, you know, beforehand, and or not before like making the dish, but earlier. And I wouldn't add it at the end like I did the shrimp. I would add it probably before the potatoes and let it cook down. So, but yeah, Cooking Jook. I apologize for talking with my mouth full. I apologize for not saying grace. But yeah, put some dishes that you want me to make down there. Suggest some songs to any artist. Suggesting your own music. Better be dope. Better be dope. That's all I'm saying. I ain't mad at you for self-promotion. Better be dope though, because you're going up against MF Doom, and Lupe Fiasco, and Outkast, and I have no sympathy. I don't care if the video looks like it was shot on $100,000 cameras. Is the music dope? That's all I care about. Is the music dope? So yeah. So come with it. Again, Cooking Jook, fish curry. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, you know what to do. God bless. Peace.